think, good. All right, I guess we're ready to begin. Good morning and welcome to the September 15th, 2022 meeting of the New York City Campaign Finance Board. The first item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from July 14. I move their approval. Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. The next item on our agenda are my opening remarks. Good morning and welcome to our meeting. Today, the board will vote on enforcement actions for 4 independent spenders from the 2021 elections. We will also consider enforcement recommendations for 2 candidate campaigns from recent special elections and a transition entity from 2021. The CFB's report on the 2021 elections is almost here. Agency staff have been hard at work analyzing how the matching funds program worked. There is a lot to review. We saw a record number of candidates, a record number of contributions, and the agency paid $126 million to 308 candidates. Look for that report to be released to the public later this month. I will now turn to Amy Loprest, our Executive Director, for her report.
Thank you very much, Chair. I note that this is the first meeting that we are, since the pandemic began, that we are operating under our new video conferencing rules. We have a quorum of the board present. 1 board member has been excused and is appearing remotely, but we will be voting on all the matters that are appearing before the board today. I want to note that on Tuesday, September 20th is National Voter Registration Day. NYC Votes and dozens of organizations will hold close to 60 registration events across the city. We are working directly with the city's public library systems and the YMCA of Greater New York. It's a big election year and an exciting opportunity to help city residents get involved. We estimate that 78,000 city residents will turn 18 this year and become eligible to vote in the 2022 elections. The city's official voter guide will go live online and arrive in mailboxes mid-October. In addition to the information about the candidates in the online guide, the guide will have comprehensive information on the 4 ballot proposals that are on the ballot this year. The guide will show the proposals as you will see them on the ballot and include a plain language summary and an explanation of what happens if each proposal is adopted. And in the online guide, it will have pro and con statements submitted by members of the public. Everyone should watch out for the guide to learn more about these proposals. And of course, as always, when there's a ballot proposal, remember to flip over your ballot when you vote, to vote on those ballot proposals. I think that there was an issue with the vote on the minutes, Chair. So if we could take that, that people were muted, so the vote couldn't be recorded. So if you could just take the vote on the minutes again, that would be good.
Sure. So I move the approval of the July 14th minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. Very good. Next item on our agenda is the announcement of campaigns audited with no penalties. The following candidates have completed the post-election audit process without any violations and penalties assessed by the Campaign Finance Board. The board recognizes the diligence of the candidates and their campaign staff in running campaigns that maintain compliance with the New York City's campaign finance law. Of these campaigns, 7 are first-time candidates with the CFB. From the election cycle of 2017, candidate Joseph R. Concanon for City Council District 23. From election cycle 2017, candidate Robert E. Cornegie Jr. for City Council District 36. From 2017, candidate Rebecca S. Harari from City Council District number 4. From 2017, candidate Alec H. Hartman from City Council District 44. From 2017, candidate Aaron Z. Hussein from City Council District number 2. And from the special election from 2019, candidate A. Manny Alessandro, candidate for public advocate. And all of those except candidate Cornegie were first-time candidates. Oh, there's a second page. Need to keep going, sorry. From the special election 2019, candidate Jared Rich, candidate for public advocate, a first-time candidate. From special election 2019, candidate Dawn Smalls, the candidate for public advocate, also a first-time candidate. For the special election in 2019, candidate Victor Jordan for City Council District 45. From the special election for 2019, candidate L. Ricky Tullich. From 2019, candidate Tullich was from City Council District 45, if I didn't say that. From 2019, candidate Anthony Alexis from City Council District 45. From 2019, candidate Devin Balkand for public advocate. From 2019, Anthony Beckford, a candidate for City Council District 45. From 2019, David E. Feit, a candidate for City Council District 45, also a first-time candidate. And from 2019, Walter N. Iwachu, a candidate for public advocate. So congratulations to those candidates and to their campaigns. We have a number of matters on which we need to consider violations and penalties. So at this time, the board will go into deliberations, and we will be back shortly. Thank you. Are we off of live now?
Are we supposed to leave this session?
So go to should be tea and a red one. I did that. Yeah, now. Clicked on this on my deliberation.
Thank you.
So I'm listed now as Marianne Scroggins.
Okay, we're on, yeah, we've got a problem with the names. If you could fix that.
So maybe it is the,
And my video is, I'm told the host has blocked my video from starting.
so maybe it is,
Yeah, that's okay now. R- Rich's video is being blocked. The host.
And I don't see Mary Ann either.
Now I can.
Okay,
Marion's,
there's Rich.
I think we're all here, Rick.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, very good. So, welcome back. The board has deliberated and we'll now vote on the violations and penalties that we have considered. The first four up are all independent spenders in the 2021 election cycle. First is $11.99 for Maya. The board proposes to find the following violations and to impose the following penalties. One, a failure to disclose the name of a leader, $250. Two, failure to file, $41,243 for total penalties of $41,493. Next, also from, we're going to vote on these four together. Next, from the 2021 election cycle, WFP National PAC. The board proposes to find a violation for failure to report contributions in the amount of $27,000. Next, NYSNA PAC. The board proposes to find a violation of failing to file with the penalty of $7,290. And finally, the PAC entitled Amplify Her. The board proposes to find a violation for failing to file with a penalty of $47,500. Let's vote on those.
Mr. Chair, I think in the last one includes a failure to file, a failure to report a contribution for 10,000 is included in that total. I just think we should be there.
Yes, I failed to note that. It's both a failure to file and a failure to report a contribution. So let's vote on those as a block or as a group. I move that we approve those findings of violations and those penalties. Is there a second?
second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. All right, next we have three.
Should we note?
Yes,
Chair,
go ahead.
should we note that I didn't vote?
Yes, I'm sorry. Board member Larry Moskowitz recused himself and was not voting on that matter, on those matters. Next, we have three candidates. I think we'll take them one at a time. From the 2015 election cycle, candidate Celia Dos Amantes for City Council District 23. The board proposes to find the following violations and impose the following penalties. Failing to provide bank statements, $500. 2, failing to report transactions, violation, no penalty. 3, failing to demonstrate compliance with cash receipts reporting and documentation requirements, $112. 4, filing late disclosure statements, $1,600. 5, accepting contributions from corporations, limited liability companies, or partnerships, $13,200. 6, accepting over the limit contributions, $9,750. 7, failing to demonstrate compliance with intermediate reporting and documentation requirements, $100. 8, failing to demonstrate that spending was in furtherance of the campaign, $413. 9, converting campaign funds to a personal use, $7,875. 10, material misrepresentation, fraud, submission of false or fictitious information, along with a finding of failure of breach of certification, $30,000. 11, failing to respond to the draft audit report, $506, for total penalties of $64,056. I move the approval of those findings and penalties. Is there a second?
Just a
Second.
clarification. So we're making a finding of a breach of certification as to this campaign.
Yes, as to item number 10 for material misrepresentation, fraud, submission of false or fictitious statements,
I second.
information. Yeah. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstention, the motion carries. Next candidate is Daniel O'Donnell from 2019 special election for public advocate. The board proposes to find the following violations and impose the following penalties. 1, accepting an over the limit contribution, $125. 2, failing to demonstrate that spending was in furtherance of the campaign, violation, no penalty. 3, impermissible post-election expenditures, $678, for total penalties of $803. I move the approval of those findings and penalties. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Finally, candidate Christian Jordan from the 2017 election cycle for City Council District 9. I'm sorry, I'm not reading that right. It's so small, I'm having trouble. Is that
It is
2021?
it is for her transition in inaugural entity for the 2021 election.
Okay, sorry, the type is very small. It's 2021. Yes. And the board proposes to find the following violations and oppose the following penalties. Improper use of transition entity funds, $999. Late response to requests for information or documentation, $200, for total penalties of $1,199. I move the approval of those findings and penalties. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. I'd like to just make one clarification with respect to the independent spending, in detailing the violations and from our discussions, when we made findings of failing to file, included in that were findings of failing to report specific expenditures. And so that should be understood as encompassing both. All right, with that, I think our business is done for today. No, okay. Sorry. Hold on a second. Let me just get the agenda back up on my screen. I'm sort of stuck on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the staff is, I'll just tee up the issue for you.
Thank you.
Okay. The staff is recommending a public funds payment for candidate Danny O'Donnell for the 2019 special election for public advocate. The staff is recommending a payment net of his current bank balance and his outstanding and his the penalties that the board just voted on, for a net payment of $19,485.
Got it. Okay, I move the approval of that payment. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries.
And I just got a notice, sorry, that the total that the board voted on for the candidate Cecilia Dos Amontes, all the individual penalty were correct, but the total announced was incorrect. The total should be $68,556. But since you voted on all the individual penalties, which were correct, but if you just want to take another vote to vote for the total penalties for that candidate, they should be $68,556. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Okay, very good. So I move amending our prior vote on the total amount to reflect that correct amount that our executive director just specified. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstention, the motion carries. Thank you.
And I'm sorry, they're because there was a change in one of the 1190, the total for 1199 for Maya, they're actually just checking the total to make sure that the total that they gave you was correct. So if you could just hold on a second.
Sure. Good. And that's. I think it is correct. I'm looking at that number.
The total which you just voted on is correct. When you read the penalties, the failure to provide bank statements was misread as 5,000 rather than 500 rather than 5,000. It should be 5,000 unless that was
No, I
changed.
don't think that's,
Yeah, no, I read it off the column, but it's a typo and it's missing a zero. I see that now.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go back and do a do-over.
Okay.
Let's start again with the candidate Cecilia Dos Amontes. So the board proposes. No, we don't need to do the whole thing. The error was in item number 1 of the findings, failure to provide bank statements. The penalty should be 5,000, not 500. So with that amendment, so I ask the board to approve that correction. I move the correction. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, the motion carries. Okay, I think we've
Okay. And then-
corrected that.
Okay, and so then the total for 1199 for Maya should be $41,523. I, of course, don't, you said a different number, but I did not write down the number you said, but the total should be 41,523.
No, I'm not seeing that. I'm sorry. I'm seeing a penalty of $250 and then another penalty of $41,243. And the two of
270.
them,
I think it's
Two-
270. I think the
What's that?
second number is 41,273.
oh, okay, well, my what chart has it wrong? All right, so let's do that over again. So for 11, I'm sorry about this.
Sorry about that.
1199 for Maya. There's a one failure to disclose the name of lender, $250. Two, failure to file, $41,273, for a total of $41,523. Okay, I move that correction. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstention, motion carries.
And Larry Moskowitz abstained.
And
Yes.
Larry Moskowitz abstains, yes. All right.
Recused, yes, Larry. is
Recused.
Recused.
Yeah.
Not abstains, he's recused, yes. And can I now say we're done? Okay.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard. I mean, some of us here are in person and some of us are
Yeah.
on the line, and
That's-
the communication is less than perfect, but I think we got it right now.
Okay.
So
Sorry about
I
that.
will,
We are done. Yes.
I will move, we have a few things to discuss in executive session, but that do not require a vote. And so I move that we go into the executive session and we will adjourn directly from executive session. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you very much. See you next month.